Melon Playground. I'm playing it today, and yeah.
So that had been the devil of the search for Atlantis for a long time. People were looking for an island.
Hold on. Exit settings.
The Nessus of Atlantis is located in southern Portugal. Where exactly is the capital city? The one with the concentric rings, the massive harbor, and the temple of Poseidon.
How do we shoot
I turned to the clues for the city, which were 18
a gun in this?
and are very precise and detailed. Plato said the capital city was less than a kilometre wide. It had mountains at the back of it on its flat plain. It was encircled by 3 rivers.
I need to get my mouse and my cat going down my headphones.
As dog trees searched, we found only one place in the region, or for that matter, the world, that fits every single one of his 18 clues. And to his surprise, that place was a city that is located in Portugal, not on the bottom of the ocean, nor buried under layers of mud. The old Portuguese town of Silves. This ancient city in the Algarve region of southern Portugal is set on the Arati River, which links inland Portugal to the open ocean.
Silves town itself is just less than a kilometre wide. One of Plato's clues was that it was only 9¼ kilometres from the sea. The river that runs past Silves and goes to the sea is exactly 9½ kilometres. Plato said that they built the buildings from white, black and red rock. In fact, if you go to Silves now, you can see the paintings in white, black and red stone. Plato said there was a palace at the top of the island, and Silves, there's an old castle there, the biggest in Portugal. The current castle was on a brow of a hill, and it's the same land measurements as the day for the palace. All these clues match the city. There couldn't be two. And it really is the final clincher, if you like, that is where Plato was talking about.
According to Peter Dodry, the city that is now called Silves was at the center of a vast empire that stretched to include the area of the Doñana March. So it's entirely possible that both he and Richard Frog had uncovered
Hello, Kitty.
But questions remain.
Wow.
For instance, if Atlantis was a far-reaching seafaring nation that traveled throughout the Mediterranean,
Seriously, Kitty?
then how come no ancient artifacts from their civilization have ever been recovered? Well, a recent discovery may have finally revealed the ancient artifacts that archaeologists have been searching for.
Move, Kitty.
Gela, Sicily, 2015.
I'm gonna pick you up.
Marine archaeologists recovered dozens of mysterious metal bars from an ancient shipwreck on the seafloor off of Sicily. Metal bars
Landmine.
match the description of a metal that was said to be treasured by the Atlanteans, or in Calcutta.
One of the mysteries of Atlantis that Plato taught.
What is
a type of metal called orichalcum. This has been a big mystery, a big debate for many decades about what this really
There's
is.
still that guy in the water, and
Archaeologists said
wow.
we wanted to know if this is really orichalcum. So
Don't
I said
you dare knock it down.
X-ray fluorescence machine that basically can tell me the content of
Tab,
that metal
the tab.
without
Oh,
destroying
dang it.
And
You
what
made
it
the
discovered
game.
was it had all the characteristics
I'm
of
on
what
moving, Kitty.
orichalcum traditionally had. It had
Sorry
zinc,
about that.
it had lead, it had copper, it had tin. And these are all materials that made orichalcum so famous.
Could the very existence
Don't think
of
that
orichalcum
would
really be tangible
buff.
evidence that Plato's fabled lost continent actually existed? There are many who believe
Actually,
answers. But does that suggest that Atlantis
oh,
was located
not
somewhere
buff.
off the coast of Spain? In Portugal?
Not
Perhaps.
buff.
Or could it have been somewhere else? Somewhere
X.
few people ever
Oh.
imagined.
Okay, we're playing horror games stuff free now.
The Greek god
Yeah.
Sea and ruled by his children. And there are some who believe that those same Greek gods were actually extraterrestrial visitors. But that's also far-fetched for rational minds like ours to accept.
Next.
Or is it?
It's the FNAF shooter.
Standing in the center of the National Archaeological Museum
Let's just
is an
play it.
ancient statue that is referred to as
Okay, I
Poseidon
will be back.
of
I have
Delos.
to go grab something.
Dated to the
Okay,
second
I'm
who
back.
descended from a god. Sounds like a wild
Full
fantasy.
screen.
But just like the rest of the Atlantis story, it begs the question,
Okay.
is there any way that it could possibly be true?
Plato said the Atlanteans were the children of the gods. They were hybrid beings. They were part human, part god. Where the gods have created this race of
What
beings.
is wrong with
Many
this?
people have long believed that this story is true, but they weren't really gods. They were actually extraterrestrial, and they mated with human females and created a hybrid race. This is a story that has all kinds of hallmarks of genetic engineering and the influence of an extraterrestrial with this technology. It sounds like quite a far out idea, but there's a lot of analogies here in this that don't really make sense unless you look at it from a technical perspective. In Plato's dialogues, he makes it clear that Atlantis is a place of genuine history. So what the story is actually telling us is that there were actual beings that came to Earth and influenced human affairs by creating hybrid offspring.
Extraterrestrial hybrids. If this fascinating theory is true, could it be that the advanced technology associated with Atlantis was
I
brought to
gotta
Earth
remember what
from another world?
is 1v1.
And perhaps more profoundly, if the Atlanteans descended from extraterrestrials, could it be that they didn't just disappear, but actually went home?
And
One of the big
controller.
problems of Atlantis is where is it? Where did it go?
Lift
I
up
mean, there's so many places around the world that Atlantis is said to have existed.
and like
Antarctica,
this.
Australia,
And there.
Cuba, and other places.
And yes.
One of the
That.
ideas is that it actually was some kind of spaceship that lifted off and then go around in another location. Many of the stories we often find in Greek myths talk about these stars falling from the sky, creating these islands in the ocean, as though Atlantis could have actually took off and left Earth. Cultures all around the world talk about humans deciding to
What the heck?
impending cataclysm, a coming apocalypse like a great flood or a cataclysm of that nature. And this is what we might be seeing in Atlantis, where they know this cataclysm is coming, and they decide it's time to move into the stars.
Atlantis, a spaceship. It's an audacious theory, which perhaps is what you must expect when an entire continent vanishes from the face of the earth. But did Atlantis really leave no trace? Or, in fact, could there be a reflection of the lost continent in the modern world, and in the last place anyone would expect to find it? Orlando, Florida, 1966. Only months before his death, Walt Disney announces his most ambitious project to date.
In 1966, really one of the last things that Walt talked about publicly was his designs for Epcot, which stands for Experimental Prototype City of
Gosh, my knee.
And he had been amassing property in the Orlando area of Florida for a number of years before he finally made this announcement.
In the years following Disney's death, the Epcot project moved forward, But without Disney's personal guidance, his ambitious plans were seen.
Why is nothing working? This computer has something wrong with it.
But an actual city
Like this. It keeps on doing that.
live and work.
Hello, kitty.
The designers, the Imagineers, Walt Disney were all looking to see if they could create this utopian society. And you have to remember, as they were designing this, there was the cultural upheaval of the 1960s starting to go on.
But there's one thing
Mom, look at my baby kid.
of Disney's original design, and the version that was ultimately built, resembled to a remarkable degree Plato's description of Atlantis, right down to the concentric rings.
So with Epcot, you had this center core, which would have been the
On
office
Steam?
buildings
No.
and light industry,
Don't
and
have.
you had these concentric rings
God,
that
cat
radiated
got
out
my knee
from them
because he
with green belts.
cramped.
I don't think he likes it when you touch his
areas.
ears too much.
And this is very similar to the description that Plato gave. And instead of green
Please,
belts,
word.
they were waterways.
Was Walt Disney creating a modern-day Atlantis, perhaps without even realizing it?
No one really knows what were those thoughts that floated through his head
Ow.
about the lost city of
Cat
Atlantis.
got my knee and it hurts
What
very
was he
bad.
thinking about it? What did he believe? We'll never know that. I firmly believe
Alright,
that
so
if Walt Disney had lived another 20 years, we may have seen his vision of Epcot really be a modern day version of the lost city of Atlantis.
The idea of a utopian society has always captured imaginations.
let's
The way
practice
that
first.
this
Then we're
intentionally
gonna
planned
play the normal
community
game.
is conceived and designed
This is
and
just like
executed
Granny.
speaks to
Metal
the
key.
power of those models of
What the
utopian
heck is
societies
this?
that have come to us out of antiquity.
I need to find a way to open these
Whether it's
gates.
actually still there to be found, whether it's been so badly destroyed, no evidence of it remains. What's really happened to Atlantis, we don't know. I think one day we'll find
How
evidence.
to catch Krampus. Put all the items on the plates. Activate the spell. Trap the Krampus. Rat tail. Incantation. Horn. Skull. Horseshoe. Be careful, Krampus hears you when you throw things away.
Utopian city that was conceived as an illusion
Just like that.
for men to achieve. Like
I need to find something to. Hold on. I need to find something to break these boards with.
did exist, that someday we find it. Shit. If all those legendary wonders stay hidden and those secrets remain the unexplained.
You can't jump, so I'm thinking there's nothing up there. I need a corner key.
Magnificent temple. Monumental dam. And lofty spires that reach out and touch the sky.
A horn.
Why don't we build? No, it's just because we need roofs over our heads. That's another even more profound reason why creating massive stone monuments. Soaring
Is this the basement?
towering skyscrapers. Are we trying to prove something? Or perhaps even,
Yeah, I'm thinking this is the basement.
Well,
I need to find a way to open these gates. I'm pretty sure this video might be an hour. An hour or something long.
October 2020.
Wow.
Experts
Wonder who
working
spilled
in
red,
research
who
at the University of
spilled
South
cranberry sauce.
published the results of a
This,
groundbreaking study
oh
of
yeah.
one of the most iconic ancient monuments in the world.
Where the Where does
In
the
their
shovel go?
experiment, the scientists constructed a scale model 1/12 the actual
Now I know
size
that
of
some
Stonehenge.
paintings are suspicious.
Used speakers to shoot sound waves throughout the model
There's something in here.
and measured how sounds reverberated through the miniature structure. Their conclusion? The massive blocks
Just
of
like
Stonehenge
Granny.
were designed
Same
to amplify
textures.
sound.
Everybody knows about Stonehenge.
Oh, I
This is
found
the
a
most
horseshoe.
famous megalithic monument anywhere in the world. But who created it?
I'll come
Why
back
would
for
they
all
have
that
done it?
stuff.
What research is now beginning to
Yeah, I
suggest
don't like
is
that.
one of the possibilities is to enhance the generation of sound used in rituals.
I think I need this for somewhere down here.
Used to amplify sounds made during rituals is intriguing, but it is just the latest in a long line of theories about this mysterious structure. After centuries of study and speculation, Stonehenge continues to inspire both fascination
Wow.
and intense debate as to how and why it was built.
Stonehenge is the most magnificent stone circle in the British Isles. It's unique. It's unlike any stone circle anywhere on the planet.
I think
It
that's
has
the place,
lintels above it.
the area I need to go.
Circular, and it really stands out as the kind of symbol of ancient Britain. People are kind of obsessed by it because it's the only way they
Oh.
can get back to have some contact with their
Wonder
ancestors.
why this game is free, probably because you can just walk through stuff. Hold on.
Stonehenge has stood on the plains of Wiltshire, England for at least
But this is a
5,000
pretty
years.
cool game.
With an outer ring of
An
34-ton
axe.
stones,
A
surrounding
hatchet,
5
actually.
huge arches,
But
whose
still.
massive blocks weigh 25 tons each.
How to crouch.
Stonehenge's construction
Crouch, I meant.
defies explanation. Such a project could not have been achieved haphazardly.
We know that some of the stones were actually imported from South Wales, which was something like 120 miles away. A bit tricky when you don't have flatbed trucks or decent roads.
Some of the stones at Stonehenge weigh between 50 and 70 tons. So how could you move them from Wales to construct Stonehenge? These are answers that have not been properly dealt with.
For part of the journey, it's been worked out that they would have floated them on boats. But then there would be quite a bit of land to drag them across, and presumably they used greased rovers and an awful lot of manpower. But again, we don't know.
Oh, what just happened?
Lots of people have actually got the stones to the site of Stonehenge. The next major
You
problem is
kidding
how
me?
you lift them up in the air. And the only way I
Want
can
this
think
school.
to do that is that you would make a ramp
Death
and
attraction
you would
horde.
drag them up the ramp and then tip them off the end. That's a massive undertaking. So
Haunted
we're talking
school
about
too.
thousands of people involved creating Stonehenge, and these people are working 150 miles apart. Just imagine how complex those logistics are. We may never really know how they did it.
As if transporting, hoisting, and precisely
Let's test
balancing
this.
those
Actually,
gemstones
look
wasn't
how
incredible enough.
that looks cool.
Scholars have observed that Stonehenge's
I'll go back to
entrance
playing
allows
Krampus, but
the
in a
rising
few.
sun on the summer solstice,
Right.
the longest day of the year.
It was almost like a marriage of heaven and earth together to get closer to heaven. This seemed to be bringing down the influence of the sky world on earth itself. It does seem that they wanted to influence and integrate the natural energies of the earth and these massive megalithic bowls and cosmic energies from above to create this enchanted space where people could have ceremony.
Were Stonehenge's megalithic boulders intended to be
There.
energetically linked to the power of the sun
Haven.
in some way?
Hide
It's
this
certainly
bar.
a thought-provoking question, and it might help to explain yet another mystery.
The burial sites are all around Stonehenge. You see hundreds
Oh,
of
let's
burial mounds.
just play
The
game.
kind of people that
No.
are buried come from all
As an
over
app,
Europe.
no.
In other words, they were visitors
It was a site that people were coming
Trending
to
now, no
all over
games.
Europe. Now, why were they coming there?
This is not working,
What's
so,
strange is that the archaeology suggests that many of these people had some long-term illness or disability, suggesting that they were going to Stonehenge in the hope of
I've
curing.
played that game.
Stonehenge, excellent sanctuary. But why would people struggling with illness think that this stone circle could cure them?
Some of the stones at Stonehenge are called blue stones. There's only one place that blue stone can be got in British Isles, and that's the Preseli Hills in South Wales. We know that they moved those stones all the way from South Wales to
Right
Stonehenge.
here.
But why would they do this? Why would they need those
Let's
very
wait for
specific
it
kind
to
of
load.
stones?
Ancient traditions of the Preseli Mountains, where the bluestones of Stonehenge originally came from, it's
Normal mode. Hold on. Let me fix this.
The Parthenon celebrates the Athenians' victory over the Persian invaders, who had tried to conquer the city for 50 years.
Athens during the time of the building of the Parthenon is an incredible, cosmopolitan, vibrant city. It's producing art, literature, sculpture, architecture. It's the Manhattan of the 5th century BC. And I think if you're an Athenian citizen walking, doing your everyday work, and then you see the Acropolis in the center of the city, this incredible shining hill, and then you see the Parthenon, the gleaming marble, the biggest and most beautiful Greek temple that existed at least in mainland Greece at this point. You'd be filled with a sense of wonder.
Wow. You have to be
Although
kidding
most of
me.
the
Yep.
decayed due to the ravages of time,
This is stupid.
the rectangular symmetry of its exterior looks flawless to this day. But strangely, for a temple that was clearly built with perfection in mind, what makes the Parthenon so fascinating is actually its imperfections.
Not only were the Greeks masters of geometry, they were also masters of optical illusions. They knew the fact that your eye plays tricks on you. Therefore, they built the Parthenon slightly incorrectly, quote unquote, to compensate for this, so that the net result is perfection.
The Parthenon is a rectangle, but there are no right angles in the entire building. Everything is slightly off. The columns look straight from below, but they are slightly tilted toward each other. So if you were standing at the base of the Parthenon, and if the columns didn't stop after a certain number of feet, but they kept on going all the way up into the sky, you would see the columns meeting if they were long enough to actually meet. This is a very curious thing that the builders did.
It turns out the Parthenon does not have straight parallel lines at all. The columns are not vertically cylindrical at all. They bulge by about an inch at the center of the cylinder. So, for example, the human brain, looking at a column, will actually think that the waist is pinched. Your eye thinks that the center of the cylinder is shrunk. To compensate for that, the columns of the Parthenon bulge. There's no way this could have been an accident.
But is that all the Greeks were trying to achieve? An optical illusion? Or could they have had another purpose in mind when they built the Parthenon?
why do we create monuments like the Parthenon? And the answer is, we want to try and imitate the divine. The divine was seen as perfection. Gods are seen as perfection. And so sacred geometry has been incorporated into the Parthenon in the belief that it was now endowed with some kind of divine power. And this was done very specifically to connect the mundane with the divine.
No.
To create
That's
the connection
too
between
bright.
this world and the next.
This is
Ah.
Parthenon once again attempt to connect to a higher power. According to some researchers, that's false. And they claim that the fact that the Parthenon still stands, and that it still looks perfect and pleasing to the eye, is a testament to what its architects were striving to do.
Now that's just freaking
Everlasting and grand.
scary.
Divine.
No.
Just like another extraordinary structure.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
One that was built not
No.
just to represent the divine, but to make you feel like you were actually in the presence of God. Paris, France. For centuries, many have remarked on the strange power that Notre Dame, the historic cathedral that sits at the center of Paris, has on people.
Enough, Donnie.
Exactly is this power? And could it actually be the presence of God?
What's extraordinary to me is that you've got a building that has been there for almost 1,000 years, one form or another.
Nope.
And even though it's important
Nope.
from an architectural historian's point of view,
Nope.
it also has this life and public.
Stop.
Its role in public view has to do with its subsequent reputation.
You walk into Notre Dame, and all of a sudden you realize the one human being is very small, and you're being humbled by this, almost falling to the ground because it's such an impressive sort of structure there.
The light.
So that's what the Christians take from it. It reinforces their
sensitivity.
whether they have any religion or not.
In 1163 AD, Bishop Maurice de Sceaux authorized the construction of Notre Dame Cathedral. The bishop wanted the majesty and the splendor of Notre Dame to show France's devotion to God. The massive building took over 180 years to complete and features a 115-foot high roof and two towers that stand 223 feet tall.
The value system of a collective is reflected in the shrines and monuments they build. Notre Dame was the tallest building in Paris for a very long time. People on the street would look up and see the cathedral towering above all other human activity that was.
1,000 years ago, when architects were building bigger and bigger stone cathedrals, the problem was sometimes they would collapse. So before they had steel, they had to use stone with weight on the outside on the flying buttress to support the roof. That's the reason why Notre Dame, built 1,000 years ago, can have thin walls and stained glass.
Notre Dame's buildings wanted to inspire awe when people came and looked at the cathedral. So how did they do that?
I
One of
do
the
not
main
want to
tricks
play
is
this.
to allow light into the space, so that you get this huge sense of height. You don't see the massive walls, and the building seems to be floating on air.
Yeah.
Historians and architects have also suggested that the power of Notre Dame may come not just from how it looks, but also how it sounds.
So one of the amazing things about Notre Dame Cathedral is the sound, the acoustical properties, and the acoustics in there are just marvelous. And that affects us physically, literally affects us. Our heart beats in a different kind of way, and we can feel
Let's
it
test
in our
them.
bodies.
The great acoustics of
Monkey
Notre Dame
Mart.
Cathedral came from practice and understanding geometry.
Go.
So the people who did that, they understood that if you emit noise, singing at one location,
Virtual
through the
ball.
shape of the ceiling, you can bounce that noise down to another location, like a congregation inside the cathedral.
And the builders
How
of
do
Notre
we
Dame
play
used
Subway
clever engineering to
Surfers?
create a sense of holiness and
Guess we're
spirituality
about to find out.
Definitely.
Is it WASD to move, or is it just the same thing as the other game I was playing?
The location of Notre Dame is significant. Like many other cathedrals, it is a temenos. That means sacred place, sacred ground, a place where we can be in touch with the transcendent energies.
One of the little known facts about the Cathedral of Notre Dame is that if you go outside of it,
Now
there
something's
is a
wrong.
star on the ground that points towards
Excuse
every
me?
point in France. And it is from here that all of the measures
Me?
for cartography are made, which tells us that
Clicking
Notre Dame
escape.
is considered
Hold.
to be the absolute
I
centre,
have to
not
turn
just
off
of
the computer.
France, but also of
Back
Paris
on.
itself.
Turn back
There's a
on.
symbolism to the physical location of Notre Dame. This idea that Notre Dame radiates out, not just from the center of Paris to France, but from the center of
Excuse
Paris
me.
to the world.
Hello?
April 15th, 2019. A fire breaks out in Notre Dame. 400
There we go.
firefighters launch a valiant effort to fight the blaze.
That